and waited for my father to leave his wife. Religion, respect, and wanting to have his cake and eat it too meant that he hadn't, in all the time they had been together. He loved my mother with all his heart, but felt safer keeping her as an eternal exit from the marriage and devotion he felt to his wife and the daughter they had together. After 16 years, the exit exited. We arrive at a falling-down cottage called Mildmay, very swiftly renamed Mildew. It is late August, and I am 6. Mum wears an Hermes scarf around her head, an impeccable cashmere sweater, and the dirtiest jeans covered in mud with Wellington boots to match. She is the sartorial embodiment of her own dichotomy, one half chic model designer and wit, the other hands deep in the earth growing her own vegetables and never giving a second thought to the plains over New York or the boats in the south of France that she could be sitting on. "So, what do you think?" She stands, smiling, holding a bag full of all our things from home. She's just told us that we are moving here, to this place, that Dad will not be coming with us, and that this is going to be a great adventure. "It's shit," I mutter. "What did you say, Minnie?" "I said it's shit." Then I run away. I run to the back of the cottage we have just arrived at and throw myself into the tangled jungle that is back there. We've been staying all summer with some friends in another part of the countryside, and I had been told that morning that we were going for a drive and that there was a surprise where we were going. Surprises are very well branded as a good thing, when everyone knows in their soul that surprise is actually a form of aggression. To that I respond in kind. I fight my way through the high grass and discover a chicken-wired fruit cage full of wildly growing raspberries, blackberries, red currants, and black currants. Even the fruit is in prison, I think. At the end of the garden, I find an old fence and a paddock beyond with a fat horse in it. I click my teeth at him, and he comes trotting over and lets me pet his nose till he realizes I don't have any food. Then he tosses his head back and stands looking at me with slight betrayal. "Oh, horse," I say. I then lay my chin down on the fence and cannot believe this is what's happening. Is this how it goes? You think you live in one place and the next you don't. It's just gone, and you find yourself thrown into a story you are expected to inhabit. Where are the people whose story this place had been now? Are they in my old house, looking up from my bed at the light with the unicorn on it? Are they staring in disbelief at our lovely new sofa? I look back at the cottage. Dark streaks of damp mottle its back wall. It is a place I feel we've visited before and couldn't wait to get away from. I drag my feet, walking back to the front of the cottage. Little patent town shoes squished through the mud, already scuffed from their country interaction. Longing for pavement, I arrive at the front door. Our mother's chief concern about us living in London had been the disconnection from nature. Often, when driving along a motorway, she would pull the car onto the hard shoulder, turn on the hazard lights and force march us up an embankment, and over the roar of traffic, shout the names of roadside flora. Campion! Celandine! Elderflower! I do not know if what nature can give me will make up for what has seemingly been taken away, my dad foremost amongst those things. A brown Ford Escort is parked outside the gate to the cottage, and a man is walking up the path towards me. Mum comes flying out the door and hugs this man. "Min, say hello." I look at him, at the hugging, and surmise that he is why we have left London, our home, our new sofa, and Dad. The man smiles distantly at me, and I say to him, "You are why there is all this trouble." I reach for the word because there doesn't seem to be one big enough to encompass what on earth is going on. He smiles more, thinking I am joking. I go on. "You did this." "Minnie, that's enough," Mum says sharply. Perhaps we'd all have thrown in the towel right there on the doorstep if any of us had known that it was just the beginning.